Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect on the highways and hedges, pushing the truth. It's your brother Rabbi Nap coming out with the lesson. Lord's will is satisfying. I'm just watching the news, man. Shit crazy, man. I think a couple days ago, I guess there was some like an ambulance going in to help some of the Palestinians, and the Israelis, you know, they shot them up. That's in the news, man. That's what's going on over there. So you sign up for this, man, during the battle, you know, things can be mistaken. You know, who knows during the wartime, man. If you ain't got the Lord with you, overall you're gonna die, man. Okay? Even if the rules of engagement, they didn't even check to see. I mean, in a battle, what are you gonna do, man? You're gonna check everybody and make sure everybody. No one got time for that, man. And that's what's going on over there, man. They'll just that's why you want to be in the midst. You kind of had to have your mind in that, because if you're too far away from bloodshed and people dying, you think everything's all right, man. And that's where America is, man. America's a sign of, you know, you kind of get like a baby or something, man. They spoon feed you, man. They ain't showing you what's really going on in the world. You gotta actively search these things out, man. You know, you're not gonna be able to get into the spirit, man, of the truth of what's really going on out there. But no one really wants to know the truth about what's going on, man. Okay? They want to be asleep, man. No one wants to be waking up. But eventually, they're telling you the house is burning down. If you want to remain asleep, you're gonna burn with it. But you might figure, you know, who cares? Hey, the elect men care, man. They care about they trying to be in the kingdom to come, man. They want to be sitting lovely in the kingdom to come. Okay? They want to make sure they're doing everything they could have done on this side to ensure that they're doing all right in the world to come. Okay? Matter of fact, let's start right there, man. Let's start there. In the book of 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 9, it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." So Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? Esau is the so-called white man, and Jacob's the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. If you didn't know, y'all are the Israelites. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and 3. "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" So the disciples wanted to know when the end of the world was going to come. And it's not the end of the world, it's the end of an age. Okay? Esau's age, his time to rule. Ecclesiastes 1:4. "One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever." So the earth abideth forever, meaning it's never going to be destroyed. But Babylon's going to be destroyed. Okay? 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 5. And that's Esau's kingdom. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." Yeah, it's manifest. You can clearly see that this place is going to come to an end. What do you think people are going to have? This Saturday, we had worldwide protests going all over the world, man. People are upset about this devil, man. Right, but it's all prophesied in the Bible. No one cares about the Bible, though. Nobody wants to hear it, so that's up to you. It's the book of Isaiah 19:4. "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts." Yeah, the Lord said there was going to be a cruel king to rule over you. They're calling this man a dictator. Donald Duck's a dictator. He got somebody sitting right next to him. He said he paid his way to get there. Who are they talking to? They were talking about Daffy Duck. Okay, of course he paid his way to get there. That's why as soon as he got up in there, what did he do? He started doing SWAT putting up the Nazi signs and all that bullshit, because that's what's in his spirit to do so. It's the book of Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning of thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Yeah, the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit, okay? Meaning that, hey, we better than these so-called white people, man. Their kingdom's gonna come to an end. Oh, well, who cares? Look what they did to the nation of Israel. They need to be destroyed. Romans chapter 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believed. Yeah, now we know this. We can see it. The Lord's coming back. He's going to destroy Esau, Edom, for the crimes that he committed against the nation of Israel. This is the book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. That's what's going to happen to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He's going to be tormented in the kingdom of heaven. He don't want the kingdom of heaven. That's why he keeps saying, I'm going to send hell over here. Tom Homan said he's going to say to Michelle Wu, I'm going to send hell over there to Babylon. Well, guess what? We're going to sell righteousness unto you. The wicked hate righteousness, and he's going to be, because it's a righteous thing to recompense your enemies. Let me grab that. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 4. Let me see. Is it 4? Or is it 5? It is a righteous thing to recompense your enemies. Where is it? I think it's 4, but I can't see it. I gotta Google it. I can't see it, man. It's a righteous thing to recompense your enemies, KJV. 2 Thessalonians, Salakia. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. So he's going to recompense them, meaning he's going to pay you back. He's going to be changed with that wickedness, Esau. And to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahweh Shai shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. And he's going to be revealed in heaven with his mighty angels at during the time of Jacob's trouble, when Michael shall stand up. Yahweh Shai and the angels are going to come and destroy Babylon. Most importantly, Yahweh Shai. Okay? But it's going to get so bad that Michael's going to stand up for the elect of Israel. In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Yeah, they don't obey the gospel. They don't keep the commandments. You read 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. The title of it is the man of lawlessness. And that's talking about the so-called white man, okay? He commits the laws. He has laws written, but he transgresses all the laws that are written in the Bible. That's why you see these type of protests and all the type of shit that you see on TV and all these different wicked abominations that you see in the world. Is because that's what he propagates throughout the whole world. 2 Thessalonians 1 and 9, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. So he's going to be destroyed. Okay, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. The man of sin being revealed, the son of perdition, is the so-called white man. He's being revealed in the last days right now. That's why we're bringing this up. All right, and that falling away first, linking up with Jeremiah 17 and 4, you shall be discontinued from thy heritage which I gave thee. Okay, and you should serve your enemies, roughly paraphrasing, okay? That had to come first. See, during this time, you know, some Israelites knew that they were Israelites, some didn't, but now the majority of the people didn't know that they were Israelites until Abba Bivens hit the scene. You know, and then through the apostles and elders on down, you know, all the way up to this lesson being done today. And Lord's will, let's get to the elect of Israel so we can continue to move forward with this ministry, okay? Because that's who this ministry is for. The last thing we want to do is be out here cussing out the so-called white man all the damn time while he still commits evil and wickedness throughout the four corners of the earth, and in the so-called small hat too, okay? Don't forget about him. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Yeah, he's showing himself by demonstrating that he can create artificial intelligence, man. Okay? Showing you he's the Most High. Okay? Because isn't that amazing? You know, you rely so much on technology, a lot of y'all are going to trust in this God that he created, which is an idol. 2 Thessalonians 2:5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? Yeah, I remember when I was with you when I told you these things? Okay, well now they're being manifested. The man of sin, the so-called white man, he's being revealed in his last days, in these last days. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2:6, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. And he's being revealed in his time, which is this time. Okay, he's been revealed for a while now. Well, a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all have such a rebellious, rebellious people that you'll never come into the knowledge of the truth. Okay. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Yeah, the Lord is letting him do all of this wickedness, fulfilling the measure of wickedness in this time, so the Lord can come and destroy him. Okay. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and he's consuming him with the spirit of his mouth by his servants, the prophets, and eventually when these prophecies start to be revealed, that's going to consume them. Ultimately, those thermonuclear missiles, and ultimately, Yahushua, and those thermonuclear missiles. That's him being consumed with the spirit of his mouth, because the Lord spoke of these things way before, since the beginning. Okay, what's that? Let's grab that as a matter of fact. You declared it from the beginning. What's that precept? He declared it from the beginning. KJV. Let's see what that's at. Yeah, Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. And it's going to, he said, it's a righteous thing for him to destroy those who, it's a righteous thing for him to destroy your enemies, roughly paraphrasing. And he's going to do all of his pleasure. And it's his pleasure to destroy those who he hates. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Yeah, it's all power and signs and lying wonders. In his MOTB system, that's a lying wonder, man. He's telling you, hey, take this and, I can cure your cancer. I can have you walk again, see again, do all these things again. Okay, you're going to take it, man. Or I'll give you digital credit and you'll be fine, man. We're going to end poverty with this. He's going to tell you all these lies and you're going to take it, man. Why? Because you don't fight for the Lord, man. Why else should the Lord do anything for you? You people are fully given over to wickedness, man. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 10, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Yeah, they receive not the love of the truth, man. All right? That's love, man. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, believing in the Lord. Hey, man, and teaching your people so about the Lord, it's nothing but love, man. But you reject it. You can't receive it. Ultimately, it's because the Lord rejected you. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 11, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. And he's going to give you that strong delusion, that wine, Babylon juice. You're going to be fully out your mind by the time that MOTV, these chicken stations come up. You're going to be clapping your hands. There's going to be, you might even put it on your TikTok feed, man. You might do some dance to it, try to make they're going to be musics, concerts. Hey, you can go to this free Cardi B concert if you just take a chip at their door and then come right in and stop partying, okay? There's going to be parties all over the place, just like when the Titanic was falling. They kept singing all the way down to the bottom. So he's going to get you with a lot of bread and circus. That's what Rome's known for, okay? This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and verse 12, that they might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And that's the truth. You're going to be damned, man. Because you have pleasure in unrighteousness, man. Because you think the Lord love everybody. If the Lord love everybody, we'll see if he loves you when a so-called white man put your ass to death. He gonna see if he love you. He don't fucking love you. He don't give two shits about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you're gonna know it when he put your ass to death in these last days, man. Willingly, with a smile on his face, okay? That's what's going on down here, man. So we want to repent while we still got the chance. But we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because the Most High have from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth. So there's a requirement, man. You got to believe the truth, man. You can't just get dunked in water and think that you're saved, man. Like the so-called white man tells you, man. You believe this devil, man? Get the hell out of here, man. Ever trust this devil, man. The scriptures tell you not to do it. Okay? And you don't read. The sanctification means to be made holy. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2 and 14. Whereunto he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Yeah, you're called by the gospel, man. Okay? My sheep hear my voice and I know them and they follow me. They're going to hear the words of the Lord. They're going to follow him, okay? This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 15. Therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle. Yeah, hold the traditions, man. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Practice the righteous acts, okay? This is the time. You're supposed to be growing in this grace period, man. Getting stronger in following the Lord. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. He was the example the path, man. And he kept the commandments perfectly. So where we fall, we're going to be covered with the blood, but we don't continue in sin. What kind of foolishness is that? Okay? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 16. Now our Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach himself and the Heavenly Father, even our Father, which have loved us and have given us everlasting consolation and good hope through grace. Yeah, through this grace. Good hope. Okay? So you need to, what you doing, supposed to be doing in this grace period, you're supposed to be getting stronger with the Lord, man. Okay? You got to be standing. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 17. Comfort your hearts, establish you in every good word and work. Yeah, the word and the work, man. Establish yourself in it. Okay? Your behavior, your doctrine. You got to be taking it. You got to be in it, man. Okay? You don't want to be like everybody else, man. Trusting this fucking devil, man. This devil has a short time to rule, and then what? Destruction. All right? Revelation 12. Actually, don't go there. I'll grab it. Revelation 12, you know what? And in 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. He got a short time, man. And then he's up out of here. What are you gonna do? You gonna keep trusting him, or you gonna follow the Lord? Revelation chapter 17 and verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Talking about America, man. The melting pot. All right? This is where the great horse sitteth. Okay? The king of Babylon. All right? The devil, the deceiver. He's here. And this is where he sits. All right? Right here on top of the EU and NATO, man. All right? What else is going on with these protests, man? So why do you think they're chanting him down, man? Because now he's starting to hit your pockets, man. Now you see a bunch of Edomites out there protesting with signs, man. You don't see Jake out there. I was talking to Jake. Jake didn't even know what the hell was going on, man. Because they don't see. This is normal to them, man. stock market crashing, not having shit. They know the Jake's used to that. They ain't got nothing to say about that. But Esau is different, man. Esau's the type of person, man. He start losing his money. That's like the blood of his. That's his blood, man. That's his. He don't want to feel any pain. Why should the so-called white man feel any pain in his kingdom? He already slaughtered most of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. There's nothing to be crying about. All right? There's nothing. What are you going to do? This is the book of Ephesians. Chapter 2. Actually, no. I don't want to go to Ephesians. How you doing? I'm doing good. Yeah. I'm doing good. No, I don't want to go to Ephesians. Let's go to Psalms. 140. Psalms. As a matter of fact, I want to get Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 5 and 8. Talking about these protests, man. These national protests, hands off our Social Security, hands off, the women's rights and all this. This is where he got you enchanted by, man. Ecclesiastes 5 and 8. If thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter. Yeah, don't marvel at these things, man. When you see these perverting of justice, don't let that amaze you. For he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. Yeah, he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. Okay? Because the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, according to Daniel 4 and 17. Let's grab that. Daniel 4 in verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So the basis of men is in rulership. Okay? But the Lord's watching his ass, man. All right? And he's going to take this trouble down. It's the book of Job, 34 and 21. It says, for his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings. Yeah, so the Lord sees all of his goings, okay? He knows what he's doing. This is the book of Sirach, 23. And 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. So he considers these things. The things that he does in darkness, the Lord watches it, man. He's considering all these things, putting it in the balance, okay? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 5, in verse 15. And now the wise men, the astrologers, have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof, but they could not show the interpretation of the thing. Yeah, so Daniel is going to explain this handwriting on the wall for Esau. Jumping down. Daniel 5 and 22. And thou, his son, O Belshazzar, has not humbled thine heart, though thou knowest all this, but hast lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven. And they have brought the vessels of his house before thee, and thou and thy lords, thy wives and thy concubines have drunk wine in them. And thou hast praised the gods of silver and gold and of brass, of iron, wood and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor knew. And the Most High, whose hand they breathe is whose are all thy ways, has thou not glorified. Exactly, man. So they're drinking out of the vessels of the Lord, and they're giving reverence to their false idols. Okay? Just like Esau's doing. He gives reverence to his false idols. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1. He's giving reverence. Oh, all power, man. See, Baphomet and all this bullshit, man. All these gods that he worships. Hey, he thinks he's the Most High, man. Oh, it's my technology. It was my power. It was my might. You know, I was taking them down, man. I am the Most High. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 14. And makest men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no ruler over them. They take up all of them with the angle. They catch them in their net and gather them in their drag. Therefore they rejoice and are glad. Yeah, they take these different nations down, man. Just like these fishes in the net, man. Okay? Therefore they sacrifice unto their net and burn incense unto their drag, because by them their portion is fat and their meat plenteous. Yeah, they sacrifice unto their net. Okay? Because they think, yeah, this net has caught all this fish for me. So, hey, man, I'm going to worship the net. Okay? You know? But it was the Most High who actually gave us over to this damn devil. Habakkuk 1 and 17. Shall they therefore empty their net and not spare continually to slay the nations? Yeah, should they do that? If the Lord gave them the power to gather all these nations, should they just open their net and let them free? No, of course not. We're not going to do that when we're in rulership. No, we're going to rule in righteousness. You're going to be bound to the laws of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Just like we're bound to the laws of following the laws of the land. Still under the rulership of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because he worketh in the kingdom of men. He's the one who does all these things, man. Okay? What's that? This is the book, I think it's Jeremiah. Nope. Isaiah 14 and 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Yeah, he's going to be persecuted and none's going to hinder us, man. Okay, he's going to go through what the nation of Israel went through. You read the book of Lamentations, the first chapter. Matter of fact, let's go there. Let's go there, man. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 1 and 21. They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Exactly, they shall be like unto me. Okay? They're going to suffer the curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. They're going to go through being low and we being exalted. We're going to be comforted in Abraham's bosom. This is his time to shine, and then with the beginning of it that followeth. Lamentations 1 and 22. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me, for all my transgressions, for my sighs are many, and my heart is faint. Exactly, your heart gonna be faint. Okay, when he see Yasharallah in power, then he gonna know, man, that the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. Just like Nebuchadnezzar knew at the end. As a matter of fact, let's go grab that. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 3, and Daniel 4 and 28. All this came upon the king Nebuchadnezzar at the end of 12 months. He walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon. The king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee. So this is the Most High, man. Soon as he said it, he snatched the kingdom right from him. And they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. You're going to know it when he makes you base again. Okay? Everyone that's exalted is going to be abased, and everyone that's abased is going to be exalted. Let's grab that. Okay. Abased and exalted. KJV. This is the book of Luke 14 and 11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased. And Esau exalts himself, thinking he's the Most High. So he's going to be the most low when we get in the kingdom. And he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. And we humbling ourselves, so we're going to be exalted. Lord's will be a part of that number. Okay? We want to be humble, man. We want to be mourning, man. We want to be crying to the Lord, man. Okay? We don't want to be like everybody else in this world, man. Not putting there, calling out to the Lord, man. Not crying out, not prophesying. Hey, man, you got the Spirit on you, man. Hey, you're going to serve the Lord, man. And that's for the men. You women, hey, man. You be right, do right to your men. Follow, be meek, be quiet. Learn in secret, in silence, okay? That's what the Lord wants you to do. Just do what he told you to do, man. Okay? It's the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and 33. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men and did eat grass as oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers and his nails like bird's claws. So you exalt the eagle, man. That hasty nation, man. Where did Habakkuk say that at? As a matter of fact, let's go there. That bitter and hasty nation, he called it. That's what Babylon is, man. That's what America means. It means bitter. Okay? So where do I want to go? I want to go to that bitter and hasty nation. It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1. I'm going to start at 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Yeah, so he's asking him, man. How long we going to be crying out to you, man? This damn devil's ruling over us. Why doest thou show me iniquity? Iniquity is lawlessness, man. None of the laws are being executed down here. And cause me to behold grievance. Yeah, it's a grievance, man. We got a bunch of grievances about this damn devil being in rulership. For spoiling and violence are before me, y'all. People are spoiled. Okay? Not in a good way, like they're getting all these gifts. No, they destroy their booty, man, to their enemies. Okay? And there are that raise up strife and contention. Esau, strife, fighting, contention, man. He's always coming up against us. All right? This is talking about the Babylonians. The modern day Babylonians are these damn Edomites. And the modern day Babylon is America. Habakkuk 1 and 5. Behold ye among the heathen. This is Most High speaking. And regard and wonder marvelously. Okay, you're supposed to wonder. For I will work a work in your days. You say you're going to work a work in your days, man. Ye will not believe though it be told you. And he's telling you now and you still don't believe it. Okay? You don't believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's the book of Psalms. 119 and 126. It is time for thee to it is time for thee, Lord Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law. Is that they made void thy law? And that's why you're going to work. Habakkuk 1 and 6. For lo, I raised up the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans are these elite. The modern day Chaldeans are these elite, the elite of Babylon. Okay? Your Rothschilds and shit like that, man. They're like magicians and soothsayers and shit like that. That bitter and hasty nation. Yeah, he was calling Babylon a bitter and hasty nation. And this is modern day Babylon. Okay? Which shall march through the breadth of the land. And they march through the breadth of the land. Okay? Babylon sacked the first temple. Okay? To possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. So exactly, they're possessing the dwelling places that are not theirs. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. His wine are his philosophies. Okay? His religion, his laws, his democracy. Okay? He is a proud man. Yeah, the so-called white man, he's proud. He's the most proud creature ever to be ever created. And the elites of these so-called white men rule the earth. Neither keepeth at home. That's why you got embassies throughout all the world. He's always in everybody else's business. Who enlargeth his desire as hell. Hell's the grave. The grave always looking for new tenants. And is as death. Yeah, death. It's just a continual thing, man. It just keeps happening and happening and happening. And cannot be satisfied. So Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, can't be satisfied. He'll fucking kill you and covet your land. But gathereth unto him all nations. Revelation 17 and 15. This is that melting pot where everybody want to come to, but it's a lie, because they drink the wine of Babylon. And heapeth unto him all people. Showing you this is Esau, Edom. Snatching up with Revelation 17 and 15. Habakkuk 1 and 7. They are terrible and dreadful. Yeah, the Esau, the Edomites, they're terrible, man. They're dreadful, man. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Yeah, they'll proceed of themselves, man. Meaning, let's see what the commentators say about that. In Habakkuk 1 and 7. They can probably say, I like it. Sometimes he says it so elegantly, puts it so plainly, that I don't want to be kind of messing it up. But before I do that, let me try to explain it. They are terrible and dreadful, okay? We understand that through the way they treat the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, just like the Babylonians. Terrible and dreadful, okay? Their judgment and their indignity shall proceed of themselves, okay? So their dignity, man, shall proceed of themselves. Okay? That means they don't got any dignity, man. Okay? They're just gonna put you to death, man, with no honor, man. They just hate you. Habakkuk 1:7. It said how to cook. See? Habakkuk 1:7. Let's see what AI says. They are feared and dreaded people. They are a law to themselves and promote their own honor. That's what it says in the NIV. But I want to see what the commentary says. Their judgment shall proceed of themselves. It says they will judge. This is the Benson commentary. They will judge themselves of what they shall do without paying regard to anything but their own will, and shall have power to put in execution whatever they resolve upon. Hey, that's true, man. They can do that. They're the ones who write the law, just like the Bible says. Okay? Their horses, I already read that. So that's what I wanted to get. They should proceed in themselves, man. Ain't no one stopping them from doing this. As a matter of fact, now that they said that, you can go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. Wisdom 2 and 11. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. Exactly. Let their strength be the law of justice, man. That's why they putting out executive orders every single day, to strengthen themselves in the law. Just like you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are supposed to do, man. You got to strengthen yourself in the law. Okay? I know there's another precept, but I can't actually think of it right now. And it's a Habakkuk. It might be Habakkuk 2. I think it's in the NLT, that's why. Let me grab it. Habakkuk 2 and I think it's like Habakkuk, let me see. I thought it was like 17. 2 and 17, or 3 and 17. I don't know. It said something about in Habakkuk, bro. Let's see if I can get it. Daniel, oh, pass it. Matthew, Habakkuk. It's saying Habakkuk 1 and 4. Let's go there. Habakkuk 1 and 4. The law has become paralyzed, and there is no justice in the courts. The wicked far outnumber the righteous, so that justice has become perverted. I don't think that's what I was looking for. It might be a different translation, but I can't even think of it right now, man. Pretty much going into them, how they use the law, man. Let's go back. Habakkuk 2 and verse number 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establish a city by iniquity. And that's how we establish Babylon, man, by iniquity, man. That's how we establish all these lands, man, by iniquity. He's from Edom. And that's where he need to be. That's where he's going. Actually, look up, that's our land now. That's not going to be his land anymore. Okay? Woe unto thee that establish a city by iniquity. Okay? Esau fruit, man. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So his eyes are everywhere, man. There's nowhere Esau can hide, man. Every wicked deed he ever committed down here on the earth, he's gonna pay for it. Okay? No getting away from him. Just like the nation of Israel, we couldn't get away from him. We couldn't get away from these curses. He gonna suffer these same curses. Okay? According to Deuteronomy, let me grab it off the Bible. I was supposed to grab my Bible, man. Deuteronomy 30. In verse 1, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart, with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the utmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Okay? All these curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, gonna fall upon our enemies. And they're starting to do that now. Okay? They can't rely on the idols of Egypt anymore. Why? Because Bel is confounded. Merodach is fallen, broken in pieces, man. You can't trust in he's already trying to speed up these different jab shots for y'all, man. And y'all gonna trust in Egypt, y'all gonna go and get that, and y'all gonna get put to death. Okay? Because you're trusting in the devil, man. And it ain't nothing but death and destruction. That's all he can do. That's all he got. Okay. This is the book of John, chapter 10. The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy, man. He don't love the sheep, man. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not but to steal, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And that's all he's gonna do with you when you go ask for help, man. He's gonna rob you for your money. He's gonna steal it from you because he's gonna lie to you, and he's gonna kill you. All right? He's going to destroy you. All right? That's it. That's all he's here to do. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Yeah, the only way to eternal life, abundant life, is through Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. Okay? And he talks about that in John the 10th chapter. Let's read a little bit of that. Verily, John 10:1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, truly, truly, is verily, verily, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold. Yeah, there's one way to get into this, right? And it's ultimately through the Heavenly Father who have chosen you from the beginning. It's all about predestination. But to come into the fold, to the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, starting with the apostles and elders at the great millstone, to get up in, to have that understanding, hey, it's all from the Lord, man. He'll choose your delusion. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Okay? If he wants you to come into this knowledge, because, you know, not everybody is gonna be in a camp, man. But you can't allow you trying to get into a camp stop you from learning the truth, man. You gotta study, man. Okay? Some people's lots ain't supposed to be in a camp, man. Alright? But if you out there, just like the women, alright? Y'all can be studying right now. You're supposed to be taking this grace period seriously. Okay? It's not for everybody. John 10:2, but he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. Salakia. I skipped the whole part. Let me read it again. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. Yeah, you a thief and a robber. You trying to get into the ministry in some other way. Get into the good graces of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai some other way. Okay? There's only one doctrine. All right? But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. Yeah, you enter in by the door. Hey, you the shepherd of the sheep. All right? You authorized. All right? To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name and leadeth them out. Yeah, Yahweh Shai is the shepherd, man. But we're like miniature shepherds that ultimately lead you to Yahweh Shai. Okay? And when he putteth forth his own sheep, that he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. So they're not going to be listening to anybody else speaking these lies. They're not going to listen to that, man. They're going to be following the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. All right? And I know I dropped a lot. As a matter of fact, let's go back over there. I want to finish Nebuchadnezzar, man. I want to finish that. That's what's going to happen to Esau Edom, man. Just like the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. You're going to know who ruleth in the kingdom of men when his ass gets based. Daniel 4 and 34. And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up my eyes unto heaven, and my understanding returned unto me. And I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. Okay? Yeah. It is. He's telling me jump to verse 26. Daniel 4:26, and whereas they commanded to leave the stump of the tree roots, thy kingdom shall be sure unto thee. After that thou shalt have known that the heavens do rule. So it was prophesied that he was going to fall, but then come back into his understanding. And this is his testimony, Nebuchadnezzar. And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. So he know these inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, these heathen. Okay? And he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven. Yeah, he do according to his will. It's talking about Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand or say unto him, what doest thou? Yeah, you can't say anything against the Lord and what he's doing, man. He can do whatever he wants. Okay? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 115. And Verse 3, but our power is in the heavens. He have done whatsoever he pleased. And that's what he does, man. Whatsoever he pleased. Okay? At the same time, Daniel 4:36, my reason returned unto me, and for the glory of my kingdom, my honor and brightness returned unto me, and my counselors and my lords sought unto me, and I was established in my kingdom, and excellent majesty was added unto me. So he got his kingdom back. But Esau, you're going to be going backwards. Okay, you're going to be going into that peace state that Nebuchadnezzar just came up, where his hairs were like eagle's feathers and his nails were like bird's claws. Okay, that's what you're going back to. Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel 4:37, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven, all whose works are truth in his ways, judgment in those that walk in pride, he is able to abase. So Esau, you walk in pride, and the Most High is able to abase you. Okay, even though you don't see it coming, but it's going to happen. Daniel 5 in verse 23, but has lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven, and they have brought the vessels of his house before thee, and thou and thy lords, thy wives, and thy concubines have drunk wine in them. And thou hast praised the gods of silver and gold, of brass, iron, wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know. And the God in whose hand thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways, hast thou not glorified. And you ain't glorified the Most High for giving us, the southern kingdom, into your hands, Belshazzar. Okay? And he was reminding of him in Daniel the 4th chapter of what happened in Nebuchadnezzar, how he was debased. He knew that the Most High ruled in the kingdom of men, but he still, with a hard heart, wanted to glorify his gods. Okay. Daniel 5:24. Then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written. And this is the writing that was written. Mene, mene, tekel, upharsin. This is the interpretation of the thing. Mene, the Most High have numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances and are found wanting. Yeah, he weighed in the balances, man. And that's what he's weighing. He's weighing Esau out, man. See, trying to get that measurement, that proper measurement of wickedness that he's looking for before he comes and destroys this place. This is the book of Job 31:6. Let me be weighed in an even balance, that the Most High may know my integrity. And we're all going to be weighed, okay? To see if we're meet for the kingdom. Okay? It's going to be a purging process, man. Not everybody going to make it. Hey, shit, I might not make it. Hey, I'm going to make my call on election, sure. I might not be part of the elect, but I'm going to put on as if I am. All right? Lord's will, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right? Because that fear is important, man. You might know every precept, every breakdown, but you might lack fear. You need fear. Psalm 62:9. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie, to be laid in the balance. They are altogether lighter than vanity. So everybody, man, is going to get weighed in the balance, man. Low degree and high. All right? We'll see how much you measure out to the Most High. Because he sees what you do in secret. He sees what you do in the dark. His eyes are upon this sinful kingdom, man. Not just Esau, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Amos 9:8, behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh power, are upon the sinful kingdom. The sinful kingdom is talking about the nation of Israel, or the northern kingdom, Israel. But this also applies to Esau. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. He didn't destroy Israel yet. Okay? And he's going to destroy it, but he's going to rebuild it. But Babylon is going to be destroyed from off the face of the earth, never to be inhabited ever again. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. So he's not going to utterly destroy the house of Jacob. saith the Lord. Jeremiah chapter 30. And verse 11, for I am with thee, saith the Lord Yahweh, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, neither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. So you're going to be punished, man, for the sins you committed in the land. Okay, but he's not going to make an utter end of you. That's going back to that remnant. Okay, he left a small stump, just like he did Nebuchadnezzar. He didn't just uproot him, but Esau, he's going to uproot. Okay, it's the book of Daniel, chapter 5 and 27. Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances and are found wanting. Yeah, you found wanting, man. Okay. You're missing something, man. You're missing establishing the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Where do you meet that? So he's going to pay you. You're going to get judged. Jeremiah 6 and 30. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord have rejected them. Yeah, you've been rejected. Because you ain't just like the nation of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. They didn't want to keep the laws. No nation has been able to do that. Okay? And no nation can do that if the Lord's not dealing with them. Unless they put the laws, statutes, and commandments within their inward part, they're never going to be righteous. But the Lord said he's going to do that with the children of Israel. Okay? Let's get that in Isaiah 1 in verse 22. Thy silver is become dross, thy wine mixed with water. Yeah, your silver has become dross, man. All right? You've been rejected. You're counterfeit silver. You can't spend that, man. It's dross. The impurities of a metal is the dross. And that's Esau. Okay? We got to purge his ways up out of us, man, to the best of our ability. Daniel Salakia, chapter 5, in verse 28. Paris, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. Yeah, the modern day Medes are those Russians, and the modern day Persians are those Iranians. And your kingdom is divided. Okay, literally. And it's going to be given to them for a short time. They're going to destroy, not going to be given to them. They're going to get the upper hand against you, man, in World War III. God's going to use them to destroy this place, man, just like he did in ancient times, along with him. Because y'all going to all turn around and fight the Lord. Okay? Y'all going to turn around. All these nations are going to come up and fight up against the Lord. The Lord's going to destroy them all. Okay? Book of Daniel, chapter 9. It's cold today, man. In the first year, Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, of the seed of the Medes, which was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans. Exactly, man. He was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans, man. The Mede, Darius the Mede. And now the Prince of Rosh is going to do the same thing and take down Esau. Daniel 5 and 29, then command Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain of gold about his neck and made proclamations concerning him that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. In that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, slain. And Darius the Median took the kingdom, being about 62 years old. Okay? So Babylon fell, man. dearest to me took the stead. We grab us in Revelation 18 and end it here. Revelation chapter 18:1, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Exactly, man. Come out of her, my people, man. And we're going to be taken in the chariot. Meanwhile, Babylon's going to be destroyed. Okay? We're going to be destroyed, man. We just hope we part of that number, man. That the called, the chosen to receive salvation. And we get to watch our enemies be destroyed. Okay? I think that's pretty much it, man. I'm going to end it right there. Lord's will, that was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachach Quadash, Shalom, Ababa Kwam Yasharala.